Good evening, traders. Welcome to the weekly market review. I'm your host, Paul. In this video, we're going to look at the S&P, the Nasdaq, some stocks, and Bitcoin. So let's get started. And we're going to start with the upcoming economic calendar. Next week will be very quiet. Starting on Wednesday, you do have some existing home sale data. Thursday, you got the usual jobless claims, which carries a little bit more weight now, but that's supposed to be just a slight uptick there, so I don't think that's going to do much. You do have some new home sale data on Thursday. Really, the only big data point will be durable good orders on Friday, and it's supposed to have a decrease of almost 1%. So maybe that might cause a little angst in the market, but overall, for data points, not a whole lot going on next week. The next big thing now is earnings are coming out, and next week you got a couple of bigger companies reporting, IBM and Tesla. You know, Tesla's big enough; they might be able to make the indexes jump around a little bit, but I think it should be pretty quiet on the data front. All right, let's get on to the charts. Start with the S&P. This is a futures contract. And once again, we've made an all-time high this week. So now I'm very convinced that we are going up in a diagonal from the August low. So that was 1. This was 2. Perfect zone for 2. And then we made this 5, 3, 5 zigzag pattern up to the new high. And the only question is this fifth wave over here complete? Because I would really have liked them to get up into the third wave target, which is 6,000. I mean, they came close, 59.27, so they're only, 74 points away. But I don't know if this fifth wave is done yet. It could be that this first 3-wave move up, that could be just the A wave, and then they made this 3-wave move down. And that could be B, and now they're going to give you a C wave and push it up above 59.27 and get closer to that 6,000 number, which would be just nice. I think that would be a perfect third wave target. 6,000, nice big number. So let's see if they do that early next week. I mean, literally, it would have to just continue to go up from where it is right now, because if it drops any more, obviously once they break that level, 58.50, then that confirms that fifth wave is done. So let's see if they continue pushing like Sunday night and into Monday, keep pushing up, or is it just going to reverse and sell hard? They do, if 59.27 is the top of the third wave, I expect fourth wave pullback down to at least 57.46 and could reach one of these other two targets, 56.91, 56.35 for 4, and then go back up again for 5. So this range will change if this fifth wave up here is not complete. That'll push up accordingly. So I kind of think that they're still going to push it up just a little bit more. Well, let's see, but yeah, definitely 58.50 is the level to watch. Once that breaks, then we know that the fifth wave is complete. So basically, one of those two levels has to break, but definitely would not be buying here. You just have limited upside. You know, so for some reason you're not in the market, you're going to get another chance somewhere down in this range, and then you can play it for that final fifth wave push up. All right, moving on to the Nasdaq. All right, Nasdaq. It looks to me like we've got this 5-wave move up here, and then they completed this ABC, and it just fell short of this range right here. I was expecting it to at least come down to 21.87. Came really close. 22. What is that? 206. So only 20 points away. So the only question is that all the correction and now it's going up? I think it is, because this is looking very much like they're going up in a diagonal. Now we don't know, because we got this ABC, and so far we just have three waves up. But then they came down in 3. So not unless that level breaks again, 20,320. So literally they would have to like start selling this on Sunday and into Monday and come and break that level. Because then I think this reverses, and this is still just all part of this, this correction here. Because then this would be more like that. This would be A, B, give you a C down here before it reverses. So one of these two levels will have to break 2594 or the 320 level, because I think if they're going to be going up in a diagonal, we got the 1 and we got the 2, and it looks like there's a little running flat in here, so this should really start taking off and breaking 594. And actually the third wave then will have to break the 680 high too. So you have 1, 2, and then 3 will be way up there, 20, I don't know, 700 or something, 800. And then you get a 4, and then you'll still get a 5. So I'm leaning towards that, but obviously any strong selling Sunday into Monday, and they start approaching 320, and then I think it's still just, this is all the correction before they go back up for one more time. So I'm leaning towards a diagonal, but we need the confirmation, and we'll get it Sunday. Monday we'll know for sure, because it should be approaching one of these two levels at the end of Monday. All right, let's look at some stocks. We'll look at AMD. AMD to me looks like it is making a diagonal, because we've got 3 waves up, 3 waves down, and then they made 3 waves right into the zone for the third wave. Now it's possible that that's just a 3-wave correction and it's come all the way down and break 121. Possible. But they're right in the zone now. They've entered the zone where the 4th wave should be ending. But it looks to me like, as it stands right now, we do have 3 waves. So 1, 2, and 3. But then they gave just this little 3-wave correction up, and now it's kind of like starting to sag down a bit, and it's getting really close to that 154.92 level. To me, this is looking like a diagonal down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this will come and break. Should do it on Monday for the 5th wave. And then I want to see the correction, because if it's just a shallow correction like I'm expecting, and then they'll come down one more time, and then all in all, this will just be an A, a B, C correction, and then they're going to go up for the 5th wave, and then this will be over here. And then we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then they'll go up for 5. So that's what I'm expecting AMD to do. Now, after they break this, I'm assuming that they're going to break it one more time, gives this 5-wave move down. If this correction gets pretty big up, and then they really start selling this thing down, then it could be that this is just a 3-wave move up, and this is actually coming down to take out 120. So I'm leaning towards a diagonal. I just want to see first the confirmation that this pattern plays out, that we break, have a leading diagonal, we get just a little shallow correction, one more down, and then we get a strong reversal. So I want to see that play out. But they're in a good zone for the 4 to be happening, so I like that they're down here. So let's see if this pattern plays out. Definitely would only be looking to buy, but I'd wait for the break of 55.93. I'm sorry, 154.92. because at least you're going to get a bounce up, and it's just going to be how big of a bounce. So it'll be definitely something you can play to get something pretty decent, and then you got to make a choice on if you want to hold it or wait for that correction down again. All right, let's go on to Nvidia. So this is an interesting one. So they broke their all-time high that was set back in June, and they just barely broke it. So the all-time high 140.76, and they broke it 140.89. So 13 cents they broke it, and then kind of started selling off. So and I do see a 5-wave move up. So we had a running flat here, 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and then up, and you broke that. So now you got 5 waves. The only question is this 5th wave complete? I mean, you got a really big first wave, you got a really big third wave. Is the 5th wave just going to be that big? Can't answer that. So I just would not be touching Nvidia up here. You either have to be in it and you're willing to wait and see what happens. The bigger picture, if we zoom out, Nvidia is not done, because we had a 5-wave move up, 3 waves down, and now we've got this 1, 2, and 3 waves. So it can't finish on 3. It almost looks like maybe this is all, like this is the A wave, and then 1, 2, 3, this could be the B wave, and I don't even think that the B wave is going to be done yet. So I'm expecting that if the 5th wave is complete, that they'll give just a shallow correction down into this 121, 129 range, and then go back up, because then you'll have 1, 2, 3. This will be like A, come down for the B somewhere here, go up for the C, and then you're going to get a bigger drop before it would complete. And then this all would be a big running flat. This is what it looks like to me. So yeah, Nvidia is not done, but you just can't be buying where it is right now. You got to wait to at least this 121, 129 range, but you might not even get it, because maybe this 5th wave right here, maybe this thing's just not even done, because maybe they'll just do this. It'll just only come down to like into the low 30s, and then still go up. So I just think buying here, anywhere in here, is just, it's a little risky. I'd wait for a little bigger pullback, because eventually there will be a bigger pullback. So I still like Nvidia, but not where it is right now. So let's see what happens next week. We'll know what the pattern is next week, because we'll see if they do drop it and then go back up, and then the next big drop will be coming. All right, going to look at a new company, Oklo. And this one looks really good. Had a massive day today. It was up at one point over 25%. And the only question now is, it looks to me like they're making a diagonal in this chart here. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And we have an ABC. It didn't go high enough. So I don't think, if this is 1 and they've completed 2 down here in September, I think this is the A and the B, and then we got, it looks to me like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So it could be that the C wave is in, and then I would expect a correction down into this zone here, 1486 down to like, let's call it 13. And then you should get another big bounce up. So that's what I'm expecting. There's a possibility that I don't have this wave count right. that this zone right here, what is that, 1789 down to, call it, low 16s. This might just be the fourth wave. It'll give you a 3-wave correction into here, and then one more up, and that'll be the 5th wave. And then that'll be a big ABC. So I want to watch the reaction here. Might, and that alone, if they come like, let's say down to 17, that alone would be 20% to go back up. So that would be definitely worth taking a risk, a small position on. But definitely down in this zone, I think Oklo looks really, really attractive, because I don't think this is all the third wave. I think this is all going to be just the A wave. You're going to get a B wave, and then still one more up for the C wave. So I think this company looks really good. Just I'd wait for a drop into one of those two zones. You just got to pick one depending on your risk tolerance. All right, let's move on to Bitcoin. All right, Bitcoin pushing, making a new multi-week high. Might even be multi-month high. Yeah, going back to July was the last high. So it doesn't look to me like Bitcoin is complete on this last one. There's a couple ways that I can count this whole thing coming up. So I've got 1 and 2. And then I think this is 3 and 4. And then they went up for 5. And then they got this sharp sell-off here, came down. And now all we've done is gone up in 3 waves. So whatever this is, it's not complete. So 69,000 is, I don't see that being the high, because I can't get a complete pattern yet. The other thing that I'm looking at, and I think this makes a little bit more sense, is that this is 1 and 2. This is 3. And instead of that being 4, I think all of this to here, this is 4. And now we're going up for the 5th wave. And then if they're doing that, then they're going up in a diagonal. And that's 1. And that's 2. That can't be. They're gone. They've gone up already and broke the high. That's not high enough for a 3. So I don't think the 3rd wave would even be complete. And then you're going to get a 4 and then still go back up for the 5, complete the 5th. So that's what makes the most sense to me. Now, obviously, if they come and break, this one, 66,629, then this is not a ending diagonal. And then I think what this is this whole thing. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then this is just the A wave. And then this 3-wave move is the B wave. And then they're going to give you a sharp sell for the C and then go back up. And then we're going to have this look. So basically one of two things has to happen. This needs to sell off and break 66,629 in a strong fashion to give us this C wave, or this needs to just keep grinding higher and going up for a 3rd wave, because the 3rd wave should be well above 69. If this is correct, that's 1 and that's 2. The 3rd wave should be 69, at least 69.5. And then you're going to get a 4, and then you're going to get a 5. So it'd be really choppy, grindy, kind of like all of this, just kind of going up and then selling off and then going back up. So one of those two patterns I think is most likely, but definitely I can't see that 69 is ending this entire move up. It's this move right here that tells me that this isn't over yet. So one of these two patterns, either this is going to be a big running flat or this is going to be a diagonal. And it just grinds higher. So one of those two I'm looking for. All right, that's the market as I see it. Hope it helps. Thanks for your likes and support. Good luck to you all. I'll see you in the next video.